Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford's EDC, and today we're taking a look at the Quiet Carry Extra Large Drift. Now, this is a significantly different knife from the standard Drift. You have a similar blade shape, though it is different, being lengthened, the strop point's clearly more pronounced, and of course there is no finger choil on this one. And they went back to the hull, opposed to the thumb stud version that is currently being run. And another major difference is that this is an LC200N instead of the Vanex that you would be getting on the regular size Drift. The handle here is a G10. It's blue and black here. You have a titanium lock side with it's like a combination between a spring and milled titanium clip, and I'll show you what I mean. It's not mounted like your typical milled clip. There is a recessed screw that hides underneath there, and this piece kind of drops in and behind the rest of the frame, and then it is screwed in pardon me, and then the screw is put in through the hole, and that's how it's attached. So it's a milled clip, but it's attached a lot like a spring clip would be. So that's something interesting to see. Something I just noticed too is that there is lock bar relief on both sides, which is an interesting choice. I didn't recognize that prior to this, but it certainly is something. Excuse me. This G10 has a nice texture to it. It's a very aggressive texture. It's not like your normal G10. There's some kind of milling pattern done to this. It's like checkering, I guess is the proper term for this. Is what it looks like. Like a checkering pattern that you might see on like a gun stock or something like that. That's kind of what you're getting here, which is very grippy. I'm sure you can hear that rubbing on my thumb. Definitely on my nail there. This, in terms of just being a handle, I'm sorry, I don't really know where I was going with that, but the ergonomics is what I was going to start with, are pretty good. The clip is a little bit of a hot spot for me, not much. It just kind of tucks into my hand right here, and doesn't feel all that amazing, but I don't think it would be much of a problem. I think I'm kind of just getting nitpicky about it. I used this to break down some cardboard that was triple walled, and it was fine. It really didn't bug me that much, but in just squeezing it like this sometimes, I do feel it. I think this would be an ergonomic dream without the pocket clip, though opening a frame lock without a pocket clip is a challenge all in of itself. Now let's talk about the detent briefly. The detent is really nice. You can hear that on the close there. As soon as I pop this open, you can hear that kind of pull shut. Yeah, it's nice. And then pops out as I fail to flip. That's funny. This deploys really nicely though. The detent is excellent on this, and then the action on the close is fantastic. You have this extra weight in the blade that you don't normally have with the regular Drift, and of course this is on bearings as well, where the normal Drift is on phosphor bronze washers, and this closes fully on its own, totally drop shut. If I get my thumb out of the way, you can see it makes it almost all the way shut, and then gravity can do the rest of the work. Yeah, there we go. See that right there. The blade itself has a very tall flat grind. You get to a quite thin edge with your only flat portion that's not ground being this little area kind of from the back third of the hole, and it reduces in width all the way up towards that point, and then you have your distal taper from here to the point, which ends up giving you a pretty fine point overall. It still has quite a bit of support behind it. And I really wouldn't have any issues doing anything with this knife. The construction and the grind on this is not too thin that I'd be worried about, breaking it or chipping the edge or anything, but it does slice incredibly well. As I said, I broke down triple layered cardboard, and this did just fine. There was double layer and triple layer. It was a box of pork butts for work that I was cutting through, and yeah, it had absolutely no problem. Which is awesome to see. Great geometry is an amazing thing, and Quiet Carry does really good with their geometry. I've had a Drift in the past, and it was a little small for me, wasn't quite my jam, but the geometry was really good on it, and I know people really like the geometry of the Waypoint as well. The other models I really haven't handled all that much, so I can't speak towards those, but the 9 was also really good behind the edge. And so the large version of the Drift here is no exception. It fits my hand really well, being a large size glove that I wear. The jimping is maybe just enough with some force to catch your thumb here, but overall, I would actually call it pretty good. Just in like sliding over it, it feels smooth, but a little bit of pressure and it starts to catch. So I was gonna shit talk it a little bit, but it's actually not that bad. So forgive me there. The construction's really simple on this guy, just a couple of screws, and there's not a whole lot of bad to say about this. The price on this guy is $295. There's also a blackout version that is $300, and those are available on Quiet Carry's website, which I probably will forget to link below, but I might remember, who knows, probably not. But they are available there for purchase if you are interested, and that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. This has been the Quiet Carry Large Drift, or the Drift XL. I forget exactly what they call it, but it's certainly a good one, and it is a great entry to that like larger sized knife from Quiet Carry, something besides the large IQ that really hasn't been done by them. So really nice to see, and it's done incredibly well. So let me know what you guys think about this down below. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this guy, and I will let you go with that. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.